If you're new here, hi, my name is Monty. I'm a 27-year-old investor and entrepreneur from the United Kingdom. For the past year, I've been documenting my investment portfolio across TikTok and Instagram, showing you exactly how much I've made on a week-by-week basis. And after popular demand and high request, I've finally decided to start a new YouTube series where every month I show you exactly how my investment portfolio has performed. On this channel, I'm all about financial transparency, and the two main goals of this new investment portfolio update series is to A, motivate you guys to really get started on your investing journey, and B, to show you what a real life investment portfolio looks like for someone in their mid-20s. So this is going to be the very first episode of this new portfolio update series. I'm going to be making these videos once a month at the end of the month. And just to reiterate, I'm going to be showing you guys how my investment portfolio has performed over the month, regardless of if it's gone up or if it's gone down. I'm all about financial transparency. So without further ado, here's my investment portfolio update for October 2024. Okay, so before we get into the bulk of the video, I just want to give a bit of context as to my current investing situation. So I currently use two different investing platforms to invest in the stock market. The first investing platform I use is Vanguard. I've been using Vanguard since January 2023, and I currently hold a stocks and shares ISA as well as a SIPP account with them. The second investing platform I use is InvestEngine. I actually only started using InvestEngine a few months ago back in August. I'm really enjoying it so far, and I currently hold stocks and shares ISA with them. And this is my current active stocks and shares ISA. So I'm no longer contributing to my Vanguard stocks and shares ISA. I'm keeping the money in my Vanguard stocks and shares ISA account, but I'm no longer contributing to my Vanguard stocks and shares ISA. I only contribute to my InvestEngine stocks and shares ISA. And InvestEngine is the platform I've decided to use for the remainder of the tax year, which of course ends in April 2025. But anyway, now that I've made that clear, let's get right into the juicy part. I'm going to log into Vanguard and I'm going to show you what my investment portfolio is looking like. So here's my data live from Vanguard. As you can see, as of the 31st of October 2024, I currently have £75,252.69 invested with Vanguard. Day by day, week by week, month by month, I'm slowly getting closer to reaching that £100,000 mark, and it's only a matter of timing. I really do think I'm going to reach it at some point next year. My goal is to hit it by the end of summer, so make sure you do subscribe so that you can keep track of how things progress. But anyway, I've contributed £61,328.87 of my own money. And as a return from investing in the stock market, I've made £13,922.82. So this is what you can consider my profit. This is my return of investment based on the money that I've put in. And it's these two numbers added together, the 61,000 and the 13,000, that make up my £75,251.69 portfolio. As you can see, my rate of return is currently sitting at 39.22%. And just to clarify, this is a time-weighted return. Vanguard actually work out this percentage in a very unique way, a way in which I still haven't fully got my head around. But yeah, in short, the portfolio is doing really well. Here's my graph, and this is what you want a graph to look like. As you can see, as time has gone on, my portfolio has gone up and up and up and up. And that's obviously due to my own contributions as well as the return that my portfolio is making me. So heading over to the holdings tab, we can see the exact holdings in my Vanguard investment portfolio. Again, these holdings are made up from both my stocks and shares ISA as well as my SIPP. So you can see my largest holding is in the US equity index funds. This makes up 68.28% of my total investment portfolio with Vanguard. What is the US equity index fund? It's an index fund that tracks the total US stock market, and it's comprised of small, medium and large cap size companies. So I've put £40,331.67 of my own money, and as a return I've made £11,052.03 from investing in the US equity index fund. And the other holding in my portfolio is the FTSE Global All Cap Index Fund. The clue is in the name. It's a global tracking index fund that essentially tracks the whole world. My weighting is 31.72%. I've contributed £21,497.37 of my own money. And as a result from investing in the FTSE Global All Cap Index Fund, I've made £2,370.90. So all in all, both of these funds have returned me £13,422.94, which of course I'm extremely happy about. Both of these funds have performed really well over the past 2 years, and I really do think that both of these two funds are going to continue performing at a great rate. With the upcoming US election, as well as the Big Seven announcing their earnings over the next week, I really do think that we are going to see some more all-time highs coming through. Now, diving a bit deeper into how my Vanguard portfolio has performed over this month specifically, here you can see in October, I started with a beginning balance of £72,222.83. I made a purchase of £457, and all of this went to the FTSE Global All Cap within my SIPP account. And my personal investment return for this month is £2,574.86. I feel like I need to say that one more time. £2,574.86 just in 1 month alone. That's how much my portfolio has grown. Now, obviously, my portfolio hasn't performed that well every single month. As you can see, last month, I only made £61.63. In August 2024, I actually lost £87.13. In July, I made £189.54. In June, that was another really good month. I made £2,149.64. And so on. You can see my data as I scroll down. And that's just the nature of investing in the stock market and investing in general. You're not going to make the big bucks every month. Some months you're actually going to be at a loss and be in the red. But as a long-term investor, it's really important to not get emotional when you see red. As someone who's going to be investing over the long term, I'm not necessarily worried about short-term fluctuations. They're actually very, very normal. So that wraps up my Vanguard investment portfolio update for October 2024. Now let's head over to InvestEngine and see how my portfolio over there is performing. As I previously mentioned, I've recently started a new investment portfolio with InvestEngine. Now you're probably thinking, why have I decided to go with InvestEngine? And the main reason is because it's a commission-free platform, meaning I don't have to pay a single penny to use their services. This is great because it means that my money is being put to better use as I'm not being charged to use the platform. On top of that, InvestEngine has a really clean and smart user interface, making it a really good option for beginners. So I would highly recommend InvestEngine as a platform for anyone. And if you want a welcome bonus when signing up to the platform, head over to the link in the description, click the link, and there you have it. You've got yourself a free welcome bonus. Who doesn't want free money, right? Okay, so let's head over back to my laptop and I'm going to show you what my InvestEngine portfolio is currently looking like. So with InvestEngine, I have a total balance of £8,235.01, of which I have a return of £235.01. So like I said, all of the money in my InvestEngine portfolio is in my stocks and shares ISA. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's in my stocks and shares ISA. Like I mentioned before, InvestEngine just has a very clean and sophisticated look, and I just love the layout and the UI. It's very intuitive. You know exactly what you're looking at, what your return is, what your rate of return is, how much you've made, how much you've got. It's just very, very simple and straightforward, and that's how it should be. So scrolling slightly down, as you can see, I only have 3 ETFs in this portfolio. The first is the Invesco FTSE All World. The second is the Vanguard S&P 500, and the third is the X-Trackers Nasdaq 100. All of the funds are very self-explanatory. So the Invesco FTSE All World, of course, is an ETF that tracks stocks from across the globe. The Vanguard S&P 500 VUAG is an ETF that tracks 500 of the biggest stocks in America by market cap. And then the third and final ETF in my portfolio is the Nasdaq 100, ticker code XNAQ. This tracks 100 of the largest, most actively traded companies on the stock market, but excludes financial companies. Overall, all 3 of these ETFs are performing really well. Of course, you can see they're all in the green, which is a bonus. My goal for this particular portfolio is to get it to 10,000 as quick as possible. It's currently sitting at 8,235, and I still have £1,900 remaining of my ISA allowance for the remainder of this tax year. So the moment I max out my ISA allowance, I'll technically hit that goal. I'm a bit undecided as to when I'm actually going to deposit more money into this account. I'm potentially waiting to see if the market drops slightly towards the front end of next year. Of course, I wouldn't recommend anyone to time the market. I just want to play things a bit safe because I've already invested quite a lot in this UK tax year, and I'm just holding off on that £1,900 in the case that there is a bit of a crash. But we'll see, time will tell. So that concludes my investment portfolio update for October 2024. Across both Vanguard and InvestEngine, I have £83,487.70 invested. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, and it would absolutely make my day if you would consider subscribing to the channel. I'll catch you back here again next month for another investment portfolio update.